Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Just JP. My name is Justin, and I'm sorry for rubbing my hands into the microphone. That was probably an unpleasant sound. Today we are listening to the band Pentangle. Why did I say it like that? I'm pretty sure it's like Pentacle. Maybe, is it Pentacle or Pentangle? I'm not sure. I'm thinking triangle, not triangle. Today we're listening to that band with the song Cruel Sister. This is from their album, Cruel Sister, which was released in 1970. Quick question for you guys. How many times do you listen to an artist, a song, or an album before you pass judgment and say whether you like it or not? Or if you're ever going to revisit it or listen to it again? I think 3 on a song level, 2 times on an album listen. Anyways, you guys can join me on Twitter. You can join me in the comments down below. I hope that you're having an amazing day. And I don't even have Spotify up. There it is. Let's get into it. This is Cruel Sister by Pentangle. Nah, that doesn't sound right. No. Let's just play the song.
There lived a lady by the North Sea shore. Lay the band to the bonny broom. 2 daughters were the babes she bore. La 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 la. As one grew bright as is the sun, lay the band to the bonny broom. So coal black grew the elder one. La 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 la. A knight came riding to the lady's door. Lay the band to the bonny broom. He travelled far to be their wooer. La 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 la. He courted one with gloves and rings. Lay the band to the bonny broom, but he loved the other above all things. La 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 la. Sister, will you go with me? Lay the band to the bonny broom, to watch the ships sail on the sea. La 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 la. She took her sister by the hand. Lay the band to the bonny broom, and led her down to the North Sea strand. La 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 la. And as they stood on the windy shore, lay the band to the bonny broom. The dark girl threw her sister o'er. La 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 la. Sometimes she sang, sometimes she swam. Lay the band to the bonny broom, crying, sister, reach to me your hand. La 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 la. Oh sister, sister, let me live. Lay the band to the bonny broom, and all that's mine I'll surely give. La 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 la. Your own true love that I'll have and more. Lay the band to the bonny broom, but thou shalt never come ashore. La 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 made a harp of her breastbone. Play the band to the bonny groom, whose sound would melt a heart of stone. Fa la 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 la. They took 3 locks of her yellow hair. Lay the band to the bonny broom, and with them strung the harp so rare. Fa la 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 la. They went into her father's hall. Lay the band to the bonny broom, to play the harp before them all. Fa la 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 la. But as they laid it on a stone, lay the band to the bonny broom, the harp began to play alone. Fa la 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 la. The first string sang a doleful sound. Lay the band to the bonny broom, the bride her younger sister drowned. Fa la 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 la. The second string, as that they tried, lay the band to the bonny broom. In terrace sits the black-haired bride. La 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 la. The third string sang beneath their bow. Lay the band to the bonny broom, and surely now her tears will flow. La 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 la.
Jack Ryan is 18 minutes long. That's a long song. That's a long tongue. Dude, I loved Cruel Sister. I loved it. Yeah. Oh, I absolutely loved it. I'm sorry, I just hit the stand behind me. What a good fairy tale. I love a good story. I love mythology. I love all of that stuff. I love it. I love the music behind it. I love as the instruments come up. Beginning, I want to say, obviously, guitar. The sitar was a great surprise. It starts exactly when it says the night arrives. I love that little detail. I love story and music when they thematically come together. I say it all the time, but it's one of my favorite things to listen for. The way that the guitar comes in, plays like this nice Renaissance, not the band, but Renaissance, medieval. You can imagine in the city square, the minstrels are around, the troops are out doing their thing. The troubadour, raconteur troubadour is, playing his music, trying to tell jokes, make the crowds laugh for a few coins. I love that era. I love that time. I love history and music and movies especially that are in this time period. Like I said, the sitar coming in was a beautiful surprise. I love the way it plays. It has a few solos in there. I want to say too, I'll have to listen to it again, but the solos are beautiful. The guitar playing is nice, sweet, folky, and just airy. It's just beautiful music to listen to. The singing is really good as well. Jackie McShee, that is a great name. She has this beautiful voice, fairy tale-like voice, and I'm not just talking about what she's singing about, but she has a great way of carrying that tone through her voice. You can kind of see the band themselves sitting in the corner of I guess the castle, right? You can see them sitting in the corner and they're just playing the song while all the nobles and the ladies in waiting and the queen and the king, they're just sitting there, standing there even, and everyone's just enthralled by the music. I know that's weird, the scene that I'm setting, but that's kind of what I see. This story is so interesting. The story is dark, but so, to be honest, I think it's cool. It's just a cool and well-written story. It harkens back to fables, and I love fables. I love that kind of stuff. So I'm a sucker for the story. Great. But the music behind it captures it very well, takes you right back to that time, to that place. It has a lot of character to it without dressing up. Here's what I mean. Here's what I mean. This feels genuine, okay? This feels like going back to that time and sitting in the castle and listening to these musicians sing and play about this fable, about this myth. Instead of having the perceived reality of being like at a fair, like at a, what is it, Renaissance fair. You know it's not real. You know everyone's still playing with their cell phones. You know, the knight, he has his phone, he's texting. This feels like it's actually taking you and transporting you to that time instead of pretending to take you to that time via Uber to the fairgrounds where the Renaissance fair is happening. And I love story-wise near the end. I was hoping they would do something like this, and they kind of did what I was expecting and what I really wanted. When they actually, story-wise, brought the harp back and they began to attempt to play it until it began playing itself, I was hoping for a harp to actually start playing because that would be so amazing. I would love it. That'd bring it all together. And even though, as far as I can tell, they didn't bring a harp, it looks like a dulcitone. I haven't heard of it. I'm looking at a picture of one right now. Looks kind of like a piano, I guess, if you want to simplify it. But it sounds like that's what that little music box-like sound is in the back that goes along with when the harp starts playing itself. Just in the back, like very subtle, very subtle.
But as they laid it on a stone,
It's just so cool the way that they bring that in, just that gentle sound to play the part of the harp. It's great. Now, looking on Wikipedia and just looking at like an overall view of the band, it says that they're a folk jazz band with an eclectic mix of folk, jazz, blues, folk rock influences. And looking at this album, it says that this is the most folk-based of their albums. Now, this is like pure folk, which is great. I love it. So I would be interested to see, okay, what do they do on a more rock-based electric guitar sound? What does that sound like when they do that? I don't know, I'll have to listen to it. Going back to all the instruments that are coming in, well, I think the buildup of the instruments is absolutely perfect. They all come in not only just gently throughout the song as it moves, but they come in thematically at perfect sections. Like I mentioned with the dulcitone, with the harp playing, and there when the drums come in. Now, I don't know why I'm forgetting certain things, but I can't remember the exact name of that type of drum. But you can hear where it opens and closes. I think it's I want to say it's an Arabic type of instrument or a Middle Eastern instrument. And I remember because I've seen them played, and it has like holes on the sides, and you play it and it makes that boom, boom. It makes that kind of sound. I love it because it sounds a little bit like a water drum, and that is at the point in the story where the sister drowns the other sister. Like, thematically, I love this. Folk music sometimes is about the story and the lyrics more so than the music. But here they incorporate both, and it works absolutely perfectly. Getting to the story itself, it's a really good fable. I love stories like this. Like I mentioned, I'm going to stop saying that. But two sisters were born. One, it says, was bright as the sun. Coal black grew the other one. And a knight had traveled. He courted the one of gloves and rings, the brighter one. But he loved the other above all things. He loved the darker one. The one with the gloves and the rings, you can kind of see her as, I don't want to say the bratty kid, but maybe the spoiled one or something. Now, she grew jealous of that because she's probably like, well, I have the rings, I look beautiful, I have jewelry, and the knight, you're falling in love with that one? Come on, what about me, It's a typical tale of sibling jealousy. Cain and Abel leads her to the water, tosses her over. The lyrics are so good, really, as he talks about this. Sometimes she sank and sometimes she swam, crying, "Sister, reach out to me, your hand." Sometimes she sank, sometimes she swam. You can imagine her bobbing up and down, just trying to stay afloat. Now, two minstrels walked along the sand and they saw the dead body. I do not know what possessed them to make a harp out of her, but I guess when times are tough and you have no materials, I guess you make work with what you got. They made a harp out of her and they played it in the hall, but it began to play itself. The first string sang, "The bride her younger sister drowned, and surely now her tears will flow." It all comes back in the end. It always comes back in the end. It's really good. Written, the way that it's written, I love it. I love a story like this. Nice progression along with the music. I think the song's perfect. This is amazing. I want to listen to more of Pentangle. Even if I can't pronounce their name correctly, I want more of them. Let me know what you guys thought of the song. You can join me on Twitter. You can join me in the comments down below. I hope that you guys are having a really good day. I hope that you're having a great day. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.